I like this initially right up and update. I favor Columbus's. The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, XM 92 and Sirius 208. Hey folks, Ryan Payton back with you, SiriusXM Sports, as we take a look at your NHL schedule for this last day of January, January 31st, 2021, all times Eastern. All these games subject to change, both channel designation, timing, and of course COVID. Log on to SiriusXM.com/program schedule for any changes. 1 o'clock today, Buffalo and New Jersey. Buffalo feed SiriusXM 91. Internet 923. Devils feed on the net 937. 5 o'clock, Detroit taking on the Panthers. Wings feed SiriusXM channel 91. Internet 930. Panthers feed Internet 932. Also at 5, Carolina battling Dallas. Canes feed SiriusXM 219. Internet 925. Dallas feed on the net 929. At 7, Chicago and Columbus, Hawks feed, Sirius 217, XM 221, Internet 926, Jackets feed, Internet 928. Also to come, it's the Flyers and the New York Islanders. That game's set to go just shortly after 7 Eastern Time for Pacific. Philly feed, Sirius 218, XM 220, Internet 941. Isles feed on the net is 938. Coming up at 8, Minnesota and Colorado. Wild feed. They're playing well. Sirius 216, XM 222, Internet 934. Colorado feed, Internet 927. Also at 8, Anaheim and St. Louis. Anaheim feed Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio Channel 91, Internet 920. Blues feed on the net 944. And at 9 to wrap it up, Edmonton and Ottawa, the Oilers feed Sirius 219, XM 219, Internet 931, Ottawa feed Internet 940. Once again, this is your NHL schedule for Sunday, January 31st, 2021. The best hockey talk around 24/7. Tune in to SiriusXM, NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, anytime in the hour. Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free. After having their first 4 games of the season postponed because of a COVID-19 outbreak within the team, the Dallas Stars finally got their season going with a win over the Nashville Predators. Mike Heika, the senior staff writer for DallasStars.com, joined Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM Channel 91, saying the coronavirus situation was just one in a number of unsettling situations over the past calendar year. He talked to them, and everything that has happened over the past year, really, going back to the coach getting fired back in December of 2019, they've had to just adjust. They've had to, every day for them, they don't know what's going to happen when they come in there. And they've just had so many ups and downs that they're kind of hardened by it, and so they're able to adjust pretty well right now. So we'll see if that helps them. Yeah, Harley was really quietly good for Canada at the World Junior Hockey Championship, too, and maybe he's ready sooner rather than later, as you suggest, too, Mike. And when you go back a couple of months to the return to play in the playoffs and the run to the Stanley Cup final as well, I think we saw during that playoff run by the Stars a lot of positive stories with this organization. We had questions about Seguin not performing, not producing. Turns out he was playing hurt all along, so we'll miss him and Ben Bishop to start the season. You mentioned Hudobin stepping up and then getting the contract to stay with Dallas and how integral he's going to be to a good start. What about Jamie Benn? Because he rediscovered his form and looked like the Ben of old out there in Edmonton. And what about Joe Pavelski, too? Because he looked like the old Joe Pavelski after a disappointing regular season with Dallas. He looked to be the player that he was for all those years out in San Jose. I would suggest that it's pretty imperative and obvious that those guys have to kind of pick up where they left off. Yeah, Pavelski, especially now that Sagan's out, and Pavelski's the name right-handed face-off guy. Sagan was, I think, he hit like 58% last year, so that's a big hole they got to fill. So my guess is that because, Rick Bowness likes to use face-off man to start a shift, you could see Pavelski out there in a lot of different situations. So he's a big key. I don't think we understood how hard it was for him to leave San Jose.
And he talked about it in the bubble, how that second training camp is just so much easier than the first one. And then how this one now will be even more easy just because he feels like he's a part of the team. They gave him an A yesterday to wear, which is a savings A. And, it's not a big deal, but I do think it says, here's a guy who's part of our leadership group, and he proved it in the playoffs. Jamie is interesting in that, I don't know if you guys have seen the video that Jeff Toast did for the whole bubble experience. But basically, you see behind the scenes just how much Jamie leads his team. And he was a driving force of, we're not going home. And, we're fine. We're happy to be in this bubble because it gives us a chance to compete for a Stanley Cup. And so I think that part of his game was huge. And then, two, I do think whatever.
Turn after the game, but you can listen to this channel right now or anytime by streaming on your phone with the SiriusXM app or on any SiriusXM connected device.
I know that AFC Richmond is going to give you everything they got, win or lose. All tied.
Right, y'all did ties here.
You see that? He must be from England, yeah. Well, another country?
For head coaches and players. Catch it all on Sirius Channel 207 and XM Channel 86. Folks, Ryan Payne back with you, SiriusXM Sports Sunday, January 31, 2021. Taking a look at your sports schedule, all times Eastern. Games in the sked beginning between 1 and 4 Eastern. EPL 2:15, Brighton, Tottenham Hotspur. National feed SiriusXM, Internet 157. NBA at 1, Knicks and Clippers. New York feed Sirius 207, XM 86. Internet 899. Clippers feed on the net 892 at 3:30. Denver and Utah. Nuggets feed NBA radio, Sirius 207, XM 86. Internet 887. Jazz feed on the net 908. NCAA hoops at 1. Houston SMU. Houston feed SiriusXM, Internet 84. Also at 1, Ohio State, Michigan State, Buckeyes feed SiriusXM, Internet 81. Spartans feed XM, Internet 372. At 3:30, Marquette and St. John's. Marquette feed XM 383. Internet 973. St. John's feed XM 381. Internet 971. NHL at 1, Buffalo, New Jersey. Buffalo feed SiriusXM 91. Internet 923. Devils feed Internet 937. Incoming women's NCAA basketball, 1 o'clock, Kentucky and Missouri. Kentucky feed XM, Internet 374. At 2, Colorado and Oregon. Ducks feed XM, Internet 373. Also at 2, Kansas State and Oklahoma. Kansas State feed XM 375, Internet 375. Staying at 2, Virginia Tech and North Carolina. North Carolina feed XM 371, Internet 371. At 3, South Carolina and Alabama. South Carolina feed XM, Internet 374. And at 3 again, Wisconsin and Illinois. Wisconsin feed XM 372, Internet 372 as well. Once again, this is a look at your sports sched for Sunday, January 31, 2021. Games in the schedule will begin between 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern, all subject to change, channel designation, timing, and, of course, COVID. Log on to SiriusXM.com/program schedule for any changes. Folks, Ryan Payne back with you, SiriusXM Sports Sunday, January 31, 2021. Taking a look at your sports schedule, all times Eastern. Games in the sched beginning between 1 and 4 Eastern. XM, Internet 157, NBA 1, Knicks. Like this one, it's a must-have. Steve Valiquette is a former NHL goaltender and goaltending consultant who's also an analyst for the New York Rangers television. Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM Channel 91, talking about some of the tending he's seen this season from the 2 New York clubs.
The goaltending this year